Hey there, good evening, welcome back. Alright, my name's Perremin and I love RPGs, and tonight we are playing Final Fantasy Renaissance. And I'm going to let you know right up front, probably nobody's here, so letting you know right up front is not necessary, but it's going to be a very short night. We are in that time of the year where things get very, very busy. Switch over here. Things get very, very busy. I, aside from streaming and making an occasional video, I also run my own business, but I also am a substitute teacher, and it's that time of year when substitutes are in high demand going into the Christmas season, and so I'm going to be very, very busy in the next couple of weeks. I sub tomorrow morning, and when I sub, I have to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to be keeping it short tonight. We're going to go for about an hour and a half, and that ought to let me get a good 4.5 hours sleep or so before I have to get up. So here we go. Final Fantasy Renaissance. We're picking up where we left off, which is, I think, just outside the Earth Cave. We're about to find out, I guess. We'll continue. Select this group. That is our group. Yes. So right here, what kind of shape are we in? We're level 11. We're mostly healed up. I honestly don't remember at this point everything that we did last time. We've got lots of magic left. But I do know one of the things we want to do is run back to town. Raven, good evening! How's it going? Can't see both chats. There, now I can see both chats. We're going to run back to town because someone said there was a piece of gear that we need to buy for all of our people in the town. So that's what we're going to go do. Just got back from a ride. Man, I always forget that you're like... It's like you're going into your nice weather, right? And we're going into our cold weather. Temperature drops every day. We'll be getting our tornado season soon. Man. Why do I feel like I'm gone a week? I only got to stream once last week. Last Sunday I streamed once. I did not get to stream again during the week. I had a very busy week. My personal business is I run a 3D print farm. And right now we are making customized Christmas ornaments. And that has kept me so busy this week. I was not able to do another stream this week. And honestly, it may be that way again. I may only be able to stream Sunday nights for the rest of December. We'll see. I would really like to get to having like 3 or 4 streams a week. But once we get to January, we're going to try to set a regular schedule. Music is a little... Oh, wow, my voice is turned way down. Music might be up a little bit too high. I think I turned the voice down. It's weird. I have to have different settings when I record versus when I stream. For some reason, if I leave the voice at the same level that I leave it at when I'm streaming, when I record, it tops out too much. So tonight may be primarily just a bit of grinding. We'll see. Anyway, did I ask how your ride was? Was it a good ride? Are you focusing on building some stamina? That's my whole first season as a rider was focused on going from like, we started I think at 6 miles or so, and then focusing on getting up to about 16. So primarily weight loss is your goal? Okay. So you're working more on getting a good cardio out of it. $12 to 13 miles, 20.6 kilometers. 12 to 13 miles is a good ride. That's my... So, when I'm doing a training week, 12 to 13 miles is my like average day. Like it's not my long day, but my average for each individual day leading up to my long day is about that. And then my long day runs between like 20 and 30. Just fight. I think I want to have him maybe do this one with the luck and morale. Wait, what was Paltry Polka? Reduces all foes' attack and magic attack. I think we'd rather do the evade and hit percent. Well, there we go. Evasion and hit percent down. That's good. If their hit percent goes low enough, they have a lesser chance of hitting us and paralyzing. Are these guys the guys that paralyze? I feel like they are. Yeah, when I only get to stream once a week, I feel so bad. Like, I feel like I failed people who would come and watch either the stream or the video. Then I just feel like a failure. So I was like, I have to stream something tonight, even though I know I'm gonna regret this in the morning. I was like, I've got to do something. I've got to do something. Get people something they can watch and tell them I'm sorry, and that I promise that if they just stick with me. Just stick with me through the rest of December. We'll be back at it for real. We could heal her. She's the most hurt. Oh man, someone mentioned to me doing a challenge run, for Final Fantasy III. I don't know if I have it in me to do this, but I thought the challenge sounded cool. They were like, evidently the big thing to do a challenge run in Final Fantasy III at right now is to do the entire game as an Onion Knight. Like, that's something that people are focusing on right now. And I've never tried it, but now I kind of want to try. But man, that seems like a lot of grinding. To do one round of fighting just to boost the percentage here. I forgot to turn my message speed up, so we're dealing with a little bit longer messages, I think. Okay, he's dead. This ought to be a real short fight. Like a really short fight. Pretty sure I already had that going, right? I don't think he needs to cast another spell, but we're going to do it anyway. Well, one day we'll make it back to town. We just gotta fight all these grape wolves. Yeah, drain him. Can she drain him? Nope. I thought maybe she could drain him enough to kill him off, but I didn't boost the percentage high enough, I guess. Valor. Attack up. Love it. 155. Great. And a miss. Kill off the last of the great wolves. Come on. Hey, Dane! Blueberry wolves. How's it going tonight? Okay, so we are looking for... Is it an armor shop? Right there. Now, what did they say I needed to get? The silver armlet? For a 15 absorb, silver bracelet, I guess. 15 absorb, just -1 evade. And everybody's gonna need a space to put that. Whoops, wrong button. Armor. So, he's got a blank space. 1 absorb. Let's get rid of the gloves. Maybe. What does the bracer take a slot of? Is that body armor? Everyone has a space for it. If we sell, we can sell this. We can sell the copper one. We don't need the copper one. Silver has an 18 absorb already. If it's a body armor, let's buy one real quick and find out what it is. Let's sell. Hold on. Wrong person. Sell hers. She's got a copper. Decided to finally play the pixel remaster of this on Switch. About time. It's a good remaster, I think. I very much enjoy it. Yeah, sell that copper thing and buy a silver one. How much money do I have? 25. So I should be good. We're going to take a look real quick. Armor, equip. So it does count as a body armor. So that's 15 absorb, but only a -1 to evasion, as opposed to 18 absorb, but a -8 to evasion. So it almost feels like with the higher evasion chance, I'd be better off getting selling the silver armor and keeping the silver bracelet. The absorb's not as high, but that evasion is so much higher. I kind of think that's what we're going to do. Got to level 7 before beating Garland. So you're grinding, huh? Going for the grind. Let's do this. I'm going to sell. We're going to keep that silver armor, I think, on him for now. But we'll sell this cloth armor. And we'll sell her... She doesn't have armor anyway because she already had a bracelet. But Smeech has cloth armor. Now we're going to buy one of these. Yes. For Edward. Buy one of these for Ilea. And buy one of these for Smeech. There we go. I don't know. I'm certain that someone in the comments will tell us whether or not I'm right in thinking we're better off going with the silver bracelet than the silver armor. So if you've got a strong opinion on this and you're watching the VOD, leave me a comment. Let me know. We're gonna go here though. Might as well jump into this inn. No, we don't really want to stay in this inn, right? Because it's expensive. 100 gold. 100 gold is... It's not that expensive. But it's a lot more expensive, I guess, than going back to town. I don't think I actually need to. You know what? Let's not. Let's turn around and go back. Because we haven't used any of our spells yet. So if we can just continue the way we're going, we'll just use a tent outside the Earth Cave again, and then go back into the Earth Cave. That is the Earth Cave that I'm at, right? Ah, Daniel Metzger, good evening. How's it going? There we are. Item. Tent. We've got a lot of tents. We may as well use them. Save, yes. Missed my PS1 collection of the original games, so bought them through Target at $20 a piece. $20 a piece? I thought they were in a... Oh, well, I guess $20 a piece. But don't they all come in one set? Like, it's just one set of all the games together. I really would like to get it, but it's really hard to find. Now... Last time we were here, we got everything on this floor, I believe. I look forward to coming back and eating these bats. Real fun to do the Pixel Remaster with the 4x XP gold and no encounter. Oh, I don't think I realized there were quite so many cheat. Like, I know I used the speed up. I don't think I realized there was extra XP and gold in it. That might make my my challenge run of Final Fantasy III go a lot faster. Oh, Origins Anthology and Chronicles. Okay, that's what you got there. Yeah, it's got a weird name. Okay, I see. I don't think I've ever looked for it. I probably need to. It's Paltry Polka. Why not? What am I sipping on? This is literally just water with grape flavoring in it. One of those grape flavorings that you like, comes in a little bottle and you just squirt it in. But I got one of those ice makers that sets on your counter now, and I absolutely love it because I I bring a glass of water every time I stream. I have a glass of water, and I will end up eating this ice. And I'm very self-conscious about it because I eat the ice as I drink the water, and I know I'm crunching in your guys' ears, and you gotta hate it. You gotta hate it. The only game that isn't on the collection is 3. That's less fun. Never noticed it? Oh, good. Good, I'm hiding it. I'm not hiding it very well, I guess. If I'm just gonna tell everyone about it. Fight again, fight again. Bravery up 35. I like that her bravery is going up so fast. And we don't really need to drain, but there's not much else she can do here. We can do this, I guess. I suppose every hit we stop them from landing is less damage we have to recover. A Fast and Flurry, 15 hits for 185 bravery. Holy cow. I feel like if you get the right combination of characters, I feel like this game is like you could just break it wide open. Or maybe you can do it. Maybe, honestly, you can do that with any combination of characters if you play it right. I don't know where I'm going in here, so I'm just going to walk around and kill things and hope for the best. %. Let's go for a fight in the first round. Oh, instead of 3, you got Chrono Trigger, which Chrono Trigger was good. Chrono Trigger is an amazing game. Let me say what I was actually thinking is Chrono Trigger on the PlayStation was not good. Chrono Trigger is an amazing game. On the PlayStation, it is unplayable. The time to load into a random battle on the PS1 was absolutely ridiculous. One, 2, 4, 5, 6 in Chrono Trigger in that order. Some part of these are certainly easier than others to break the game. I'm certain that's true. Yeah, Raven. Those SNES to PS1 ports are inexplicably bad. Yeah, that's putting it mildly, I think. Like, they are atrociously bad. So bad, someone should have probably stopped those from ever happening. Considering the entire game would probably fit in the PS1's RAM. It does seem like that's the case. I don't understand why it took so much to load into combat. I'm going to bring him back out here. He's probably going to end up dead. I can't target him with my healing waltz, but that's okay. I'm going to just fight. Which one is hitting me so hard? The troll's hitting me for 41. I haven't really been paying close enough attention to what's going on in this particular battle. Yeah, so the trolls are the danger here. In config, there's a boost option on the Pixel Remaster. Okay. See, the Switch version of the Pixel Remaster is the one I really want to pick up, and it's really hard to find. I own them on Steam, but I would really like to have them in a portable format. Maybe I'll just end up buying a Steam Deck at some point. You know, I want him to sustain a turn because I want her to heal him. Oh, that was nice. Wow, okay, never mind. Like the PlayStation version, but I grew up playing that instead of the original because I never had an SNES. Oh. So they are essentially the exact same game. I think I think a couple of them had some cutscenes added in on the PlayStation version. Otherwise, it's the exact same game. But those load times, like, I don't know how you played it. I tried buying them, like, I owned them for a little while on the PlayStation 1, and it was just unplayable to me. Never even thought about the load times until recently when streamers started mentioning it. You know what? I could understand it if you had never played the SNES version, you may not notice it. I just may have been hypercritical because I had already played all those games. Even Final Fantasy V, which had not got... Because Final Fantasy V's first US release, I think, was on the PlayStation. But I had already played it by emulating it with a ROM hack to be able to play it in English. The PS1 Chrono Trigger had cutscene. Okay, I thought so. I thought they had added some cutscenes to it. I would be really interested. Maybe at some point I should load them up next to each other and play a little bit of them on both and see if those load times, if they're programmatic or if they were hardware. Like, if it was a hardware issue, I probably shouldn't see that if I emulate, right? But if they are programmatic issues, those load times should still be a problem when I load it in an emulator, I would think. Maybe I'll check with... I have several friends who are game programmers. I should just check with them and see if they think that that's probably pretty accurate. I was just a designer, so my knowledge is stupid. I way too often just said, this is what I would like to have done. And they would say, I don't know if we can do that on the DS. And I'd say, well, see what you can figure out. Most of the time they'd figure it out. Akira Toriyama anime cutscenes. Okay, that's... Man, I never know. Because guess what? I never watched Dragon Ball. I know. What kind of nerd can I claim to be, never having watched Dragon Ball? Having never played 5 before, I was hyped for that. And, I don't know, load screens was better for teenage me than switching systems back to SNES. I mean, I suppose that's fair. I'm not gonna bash anybody. If you played those games on the PlayStation and loved them on the PlayStation, I'm happy that you got to play them and found a way to love them. Because they're great games. And if that was the way you wanted to play them, or the only way you could play them, I'm glad. I'm glad that you got to. It would have sucked to not ever get to play them. The PS1 only had 2 megabytes of RAM, was guessing it would have at least 8. I would have probably, if you'd asked me, I'd have probably said 4. Been able to sit down and play some Renaissance, and my Dark Knight party has been a folly of errors, and my dancer is walking through the game. It's because the dancer is so good. I'm gonna miss having the dancer. I'm gonna miss having a dancer and a bard in the next game. All support class game. There we go. Let's find all the support classes. So we'll do bard, dancer, green mage. What? Time mage, maybe? Nothing but support classes. Have Final Fantasy on DS as well, but the big head thing annoys me. See, it doesn't annoy me that much. It's not my favorite by any means, but it doesn't really annoy me that much. You know, I played 4 and 3? I think it's 3 and 4 both have a big head chibi style 3D remake, and I've played both of those, and they're all right. Bard, dancer, thief, and X is like my favorite setup. Some sick melee. We should probably cure poison. Healing. There we go. Just unfathomable how well optimized old consoles in particular were. Oh, absolutely. They had to be. You know, I remember when Final Fantasy IV came out on the DS. At the time, Final Fantasy IV's DS cartridge was the largest possible cartridge for the DS. No other game had ever got a cartridge size that large. And they had to special make it to release Final Fantasy IV on the DS. At that time, the cartridges we were putting our DS games on were less than a quarter of the size of Final Fantasy IV's cartridge. It's crazy. And then to be able to load it, not like the games had to be tiny and well optimized that way, but then they had to be optimized for just incredibly small amounts of memory. And palette swaps are were the most important part of artwork, because in order to get everything into a system, you had to set it up. If you wanted the same, like, you had to make do with enemies just being palette swaps of each other, because there was no other way to fit more stuff into the game. I think the PS2 had 16 megabytes of RAM. If you built a PC with the same specs as those consoles, you'd be lucky if it booted in under a day. Let alone running games that look that good. I think at the time, my PC did have about the same specs as the PS2. Not certain which I like most, although I'm always most inclined to just punching stuff. Wait, he's hiding. Come back out here and do something fun. Like, just do this. That'll work. We'll fight around. Also have Final Fantasy on PSP. I still love, like, Final Fantasy on PSP is probably the best version of Final Fantasy. Well, it's definitely the best looking version of Final Fantasy. Maybe not the best version to play. Arguably, I'd say this is the best version of Final Fantasy to play. Found a coral sword that's unusable. Found a cabin. Found some gold. It ought to be fun coming back here to eat these bats later. Final Fantasy 1 and 2 on PSP are fantastic. I agree. I very much agree. The Final Fantasy collection on PSP is great. Also, while I'll tell you constantly, you should always be supporting the developers, right? You should 100% support developers. That's why I own every version except the iOS version of all of the Final Fantasy games. I own so many Final Fantasy games, it's ridiculous. And even versions that I own, I emulate more often than I play the physical thing. If I'm going to emulate, in my opinion, emulating on the PSP is the best. Like the what is it, PPSSPP emulator is one of the best emulators I've ever played on. I love it. I never have problems with it. I'm so glad that they did so much right there. I don't know why it was so easy for them, or if it was really a lot of work and I just came in so late in the game it didn't matter, and I just saw all the work already done. If you want to play the games and it's available on PSP, that's a great way to play it. Would love it if the Pixel Remasters at least added an optional DLC to have those extra dungeons. Yes, agreed. Would love to see that. Would absolutely love to see that. That would be so good. PPSSPP is great, basically perfect. Agreed. It's a great emulator, and if I'm not mistaken, it's also available on Mac. One on NES Mini, Pixel on Switch, and some phone versions. I think it's the Game Boy port. So I have the Android versions of the game, which they're interesting. They're very interesting because some of them, the ports come from different places, and then we got some of the games were ported to iOS. Like Final Fantasy V in particular, I'm thinking, was ported to iOS from the, maybe it was DS to iOS, or I'm not sure. But then the iOS version is what they ported to Steam, and the iOS version was not good. I don't own the iOS versions. They're not worth buying, in my opinion. But I don't, maybe people really love to play on their phones. I don't like playing on my phone. It's bad enough I bought them on Android. She should probably heal herself, don't you think? Don't you think? Oh, she's only a little poisoned. May not be worth doing that yet. Is anyone else in worse shape? I'm gonna have her do it anyway. Why not? There's certainly something. Got that one also on the phone. 5. 5 is the one with the really weird graphics, right? Of course, I think the graphics on 6 in the iOS version were a little janky too. Ordered me a green Nintendo DSi XL from Japan that is a Luigi model. Is buying me a rare Luigi carrying case from the Nintendo Club back in the day. That's your Christmas from him? That's a pretty cool Christmas in my opinion. Congrats to him on being the gift giver of the year. Yeah, 6 would worse. Got that too. Ah, that's okay though, because we got the Pixel remasters, and the Pixel remasters are really good in my opinion. So I forgive them for the weirdness that was the original ports of 5 and 6. And the Pixel remasters as handheld games, I like getting them on the Switch. That is the best way to get them, I think. As much as I love them on Steam, and if I had a Steam Deck, I would love it. And then also on PS5, you get trophies. Switch is the best way to play them. They're so good as portable games. 70%, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Oh, I've got 2 people who are poisoned, so never mind. Just because this is going to be the last round of the fight, so I thought it would be worth trying. Prefer Luigi. Mario is overrated. Aw, poor Mario. My freshman year of college. Oh, I don't want to go down there because I need to go get that other room first. My wife and I won an award for best couples costume by going as Mario and Peach. That was back in the day. Back in the day. Five had a really weird translation. They shoehorned in pirate speak for Ferris, for example. 5, I need to play 5 again. Because I have not played 5 in the Pixel remaster yet. I love my Switch and I've never taken the dock out of the box. I only play my Switch docked now because I need to get new Joy-Cons. My Joy-Cons all, like, they both have bad drift. Come on, stop. There we go. Nothing special in any chests. If you just want to grab them when you're eating bats. You got new Joy-Cons already? See, I really should just invest in new Joy-Cons because I prefer my Switch as a portable system. Two Switches Lite for smaller games and an OLED model for games like Skyrim. I think, so speaking of OLED, I think that's my next big save. The next big thing I'm saving up. I'd like to save up and get the OLED Steam Deck. I don't know how long it'll take me. I don't even know if that's something that's in my future realistically, but it's the next thing I'm going to try for. I'm gonna need to sell a lot of 3D printed ornaments and dragons. Hey, Squid, good evening. Did you hear the good news? I don't know. Which good news are we talking about? We'll go ahead and hide again because that'll just keep him from getting poisoned. Oh, Baldur's Gate 3 getting Game of the Year. Yes. Yes, I absolutely did hear about that. My right stick got too bad to pick locks in Skyrim. No, no, no. Terrible. I know. So I have not personally seen anybody talking like this, but from what I've been getting told, there are some people out there who are really, really upset that Spider-Man 2 did not win Game of the Year, which I don't really understand, like, who thought Spider-Man 2 was going to beat Baldur's Gate 3 for Game of the Year? I don't know. You know what? You're going to have to stay poisoned and deal with it. I know we don't, like you said, we don't have to get this. There's nothing special down here, but we're really, it's levels. It's potential leveling. We may as well get it done. We'll fight a turn. It's more that it didn't win anything. Nominated for 7 awards, didn't win any. See, that I did not know about. I did not watch any of the Game Awards this year. Asterian's voice actor won Best Actor. I love the game, however, I do think it was outperformed in every category it was nominated for. Well, see, I haven't played it. I still haven't played Miles Morales. I want to play Miles Morales, but I've got to actually, get around to it. Now, heal. That'll get rid of that poison. I don't think these Grogers can poison anyone. I can say to those people who voted for Spider-Man, you're in the same company as Starfield, so there's that. Poor Starfield. Starfield, did it even get nominated? Looks like I'm going to have to save up for Baldur's Gate when I get the Xbox for Christmas. Seems like I have to be quitting my... Gonna have to quit your job. Wait, you're gonna have a hard time saving up if you quit the job. Trust me. I quit my job last February, and I have not spent a lot of money since then. Let's go with Valor, I think. And then we'll go with Paltry Polka. Only at 85%, but that's okay. She probably will succeed. Didn't win anything because it sucks. No, Starfield can't suck, right? Can't possibly. I haven't played it, so I have no opinion. Gave it 6 to 8 very boring hours. I look forward to the new year starting because I'm hoping that with the new year I will have a lot more time to dedicate to doing this gaming thing. I should be January and February, the only days I know will be very, very busy for me are going to be Fridays. I think I will probably be substitute teaching every Friday in January and February. Which, I mean, that's not much. How many people would ever complain about having to work one day a week? Okay, we're in great shape here. Let's just fight. Fight. It really didn't deserve anything in the state it's in right now. Starfield is in the same state as Cyberpunk, though the difference is Cyberpunk's company almost flopped, and as a result, they had their reality flipped and helped. Bethesda's still in denial. It's a fun game, just not a great game. And Cyberpunk has become a great game, right? Like, I'm hoping, because Cyberpunk is one we're going to be playing very soon. Likely get a new job in a few days? Oh, nice. Congrats on that. But I got bills and I've been getting jerked on hours lately, hence the quitting. But there's going to be a week without pay in transition, I'd assume. The last time I changed jobs, I did that, except mine was not a week. I moved from one job that paid once a month to another job that paid once a month and ended up almost going 2 months without a paycheck because of it. But you get paid by the hour. Well, as a substitute teacher, you only get paid, you get paid by the day. So I'll only get paid for 1 day a week. That's why I'm incredibly lucky to have such an amazing wife who's like, you know what? You stay home, you clean the house, you do the laundry, you do the dishes, you make dinner. I'm a house husband and I love it. And I run a small business as a 3D printer that brings in a little bit of money, a little bit, enough to pay the rent. Dane, you love Starfield very much, maxed out gameplay twice, and it hasn't gotten boring to you so far. That's good. At least you're getting what you're wanting out of it. Bethesda's basically saying, hey, you guys just aren't clever enough to appreciate the genius of Starfield. They're in denial, it'll take time. Not in those exact words, but that's basically the message behind their words. Ooh, I'm fighting Earth. We don't want to completely destroy the Earth. I'm going to go for quick step early. I don't know. I don't remember Earth. Does Earth... I feel like Earth can hit hard. I mean, it seems like if Earth came up and rose up against me, it would hit me hard. There we go. 79 damage. Earth can hit hard. Evasion and hit percent down. That'll be good. That'll be helpful. A stay-at-home husband years ago, and that was pretty awesome. It does hit hard. Okay, I thought so. It looked like it hit hard. It is pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind it at all. I kind of wish I had been able to do it a little bit more when my kids were still at home. Go ahead and hide. Go ahead and fight. Fight. Cyberpunk was in denial on the surface, but their other launches went so poorly that they were made to admit defeat and fix everything. Bethesda is just more stubborn. Gamers aren't good at not buying things. PC went fine, but they made the mistake of trying to launch it on old consoles. Yeah, there comes a point. There comes a point when you just can't keep supporting that. You gotta let the old consoles die at some point. It's unfortunate. Okay, I said that, but I don't actually believe that. Yes, you can't release every game on old consoles, but you don't have to let old consoles die. See Mr. Run and Jump. If you are a retro gamer, if you love retro games, take a look at Mr. Run and Jump. This game just came out. It's available on, I want to say, the PlayStation 5 and the original Atari. Like the Atari 2600, I think. Whatever the Atari that just got released, I think it's called 2600 Plus. They released, this is a brand new game released on cartridge for the Atari. Check it out and pick up a copy if you really like retro games. It's worth adding to your collection. It's new retro. Not sponsored, but I do know the people who made it, and they're very good guys, and I'm very happy for them and their success. The problem is when old consoles hold back new games. Agreed. Most people can't just appreciate Starfield as a separate game instead of comparing it to everything else under the sun. I mean, I suppose that's probably fair. Like I said, I haven't played it. I have nothing to base any kind of judgment on, so I won't judge it at all. But I would think it would be hard to pick it up knowing who created it and not be expecting like Skyrim or Fallout in space. Like, I think a lot of people probably did go in with that expectation, and maybe they shouldn't have. I was hearing people screaming bloody murder about all the bugs. I was not experiencing any of it, so just imagine Dev's point of view. It's very conflicting. Starfield right now, I don't see any bugs honestly when I play, but their design issues are just really bad with the UI. And UI, so bad UI and bad game design aren't necessarily equal. So if you've got good design, if you've got a good core game design and a bad UI, that's definitely something that can be patched and fixed. Unfortunately, we live in a time where, because of the cost of games, a lot of times we have to patch and fix. Because if it doesn't come out, the company goes under. It's honestly fun, basic but fun. My biggest issues are UI based. I'm going to have to check the game out. We didn't even have kids. Was really just have dinner ready when she got home. That's mostly what I do now. It's I clean the house, I make the beds, I do the laundry, I do the dishes. So she also, aside from being a teacher, she runs her own small business. So I run deliveries for her or run stuff to the post office for her. Whatever she needs done, I'm there to do it. And now I'm hoping I'll be substitute teaching for her when she's gone. My husband bought me an Atari 2600 Plus, but I traded it in for some gift cards to buy other games. Retro gaming before the 90s just isn't my thing. See, I desperately want one, and they are sold out right now. A wooden shield. Yay. 5,000 gold. I'll take that for sure. That's not what I wanted, is it? Do I want quick step first? Let's do a quick step, and because it's 85%, and then we'll go for Paltry Polka next after an attack or two. It can also be modded, so it'll probably get fixed when the tools are released. Probably. It does feel like sometimes Bethesda relies on modders to fix some of their problems, doesn't it? Go ahead and hide. Now we'll poultry. Wait, we need to fight. We need to spend a round fighting first. Like 20 minutes worth of stuff, though. You know, you don't let your house actually get messy. Laundry like once a week, can't you? No, you're absolutely right. I don't do a ton of work. Okay, I say that. I don't do a ton of work to keep up the house. I would have to say, on average, about an hour and a half a day between cleaning and cooking. And I'm dead. Oh, I should have been paying closer attention again. About an hour and a half a day. So I don't do too much. Now, the business end stuff, like running I run my own 3D printing studio, and that takes up a lot more of my day. Not a ton. I don't work a 40-hour week. Unless I'm substitute teaching. When I substitute teach, that starts taking up a lot more time. Like I am, like tomorrow. That's the reason I have to cut the stream short tonight, and we have to end at 12:30 because I substitute tomorrow. I substitute tomorrow and Wednesday as of right now. Those are the only 2 days I have scheduled for this week so far. We're gonna try that. I don't know if we can beat him with just these two. We probably need to run and get out of here now. At least one high-profile modder has left, saying something like he just doesn't care enough about the game to bother. Oh, that's sad. Did get the Duke Nukem collections on Evercade, and they look nice remastered. You know what? I think we're gonna try running. He could be close to dead though. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Let's hide. Let's fight. Let's see if we can get through him. We're gonna goblin punch him though. Okay, that got him. We're gonna run from most things on our way out of here if we can. Hey, look at that. Gained a level. Okay, this fight doesn't look particularly difficult, but there are a lot of them. You know what? We can do this one. We can take these guys. I'm absolutely certain of that. This is not going to be a tough fight. Don't play... When you say original, do you mean original? Like, Duke Nukem... when it was still a 2D platformer? Maybe. That was a first-person shooter. I'm pretty sure there was a Duke Nukem platformer way back in the day. A lot like, it reminded me a lot of, I think, Commander Keen. But I could be wrong. I could be thinking of a different game. Now I need to look it up. Poor Dark Knight down there on the floor. Tanking that floor, making sure it doesn't go anywhere. We're going to leave it to the two of them to kill everything. Today was your day off for the week when I punched out with 27 hours. Oh. 27 hours. That, to me, that feels like a rough week if you're relying on that income. 27 hours feels like rough. If you're not relying on that income, 27 hours feels great. Hide. Let's hit one more. There we go. Judgment bolt some people. Co-op in Skyrim really isn't well implemented. You did try it a little bit? I didn't even know they had modded co-op into Skyrim, I don't think. There you are. Trying to get him somewhere else. Okay, run away. And I may have gone the wrong way here. We're gonna run and try to get out of this. We don't want it to take up all of our time. Chance to first strike. That's what we need. Chance to run away before they can even do anything. Certainly rely on my income. Yeah, see, 27 hours seems like it would be rough then. Unless you make a lot per hour. I mean, some people do. I never did. Okay, I'm not going to risk this. I mean, yes, I am going to take a risk here, but I'm not going to risk not saving. That bit us hard one time, and I don't want it to happen again. In a fight just like this. Sorry, I had commercial. It's pretty buggy, but works as well as it could considering it was independently added after the co-op in Skyrim. I mean, it seems like you could easily turn Skyrim into an MMO that way, right? Not that you don't already have Elder Scrolls Online. Where's my Fallout MMO? That's what I want to know. Decent hourly, but I'm supposed to be full-time. We are not amused. Okay. I am sorry to hear that. That does suck. That if you're supposed to be full-time and they're only working 27 hours, that's garbage. Okay, there is no place to be brought back to life here, correct? Now a lot of games couldn't get the PC music due to copyright laws. That does happen. They had to pull... the first Alan Wake game had to be pulled off the market for like a year because their licensing on the music in it expired. And then they had to... I don't know when they re-released it, if they re-released it with new music or if they... just got their licensing back. I never paid enough attention to that. And I love Alan Wake, so I probably should know that. I just don't. Remember the Duke Nukem that took like 14 years and 7 developers to finally come out? Which one was that? Duke Nukem Forever? Squig, you're not being pessimistic. I think my POV is just a little more grounded. I think it's a little sad when people put anything up on a pedestal, only to be surprised when it falls off. I'm not saying everything either. So you liked Duke Nukem? I mean, I played Duke Nukem way back in the day. I've not played any of the new ones. I also haven't played a Doom game in a very... I don't think I've played a Doom game since Nintendo 64. You, Dane, Duke Nukem Forever is the one you beat that was painful? I'll tell you what game, here's a first-person shooter that I liked a lot, that I know a lot of people hated for some reason. It was called Bulletstorm. Was it a first-person? It may have been a third-person shooter. But I very much liked it, and I know a lot of people really, really disliked it. And I will play it again. It just came out in VR. I'm thinking I need to pick it up in VR and give it a playthrough that way now. I need to find a good way to do some recording, like to do some VR recording, because there's a lot of games I would love to try playing in VR and maybe make some video content, or I don't even know how you would stream VR. You could never interact with chat through VR unless I could find a way, I guess, to overlay inside the game. I don't know, but I'd love to figure that out. Skyrim VR would be a great playthrough that I'd love to do. Played 3 on Xbox. I bought one of the Switch for super cheap. I don't like FPS, so I got about an hour playtime. Bathroom rumor just kept dragging on. I look at games like I look at cars sometimes. I'm happy if I get what I expected out of it. And most of the time, cars make me happy when they run. Don't hurt your posterior for long periods and don't cost me a lot of money to repair. Games should just be fun and stop trying to redefine the world. I always appreciate that Nintendo got this. So I mostly agree with you, Squig. I think the name of the game is the games. That's an old saying. That's an old saying. And what I always took that to mean was whoever can provide the most fun wins. It's an old saying that was associated for a long time with the console war between Nintendo and Sega. The name of the game is the games. And I think a lot of companies, the focus first should be on providing a fun experience. If a game's not fun, why would you play it? However, I don't think that the two have to be mutually exclusive. I think if you make a game fun first and then try to redefine the world, that's the best way to go about making art out of video games. I'm trying to think. I feel like maybe it didn't truly redefine things, but The Last of Us is an example I would give. The game itself was fun. It told a great story, and it made you really think. The Last of Us is undoubtedly a video game piece of artwork. I felt the same way about what was it called? The third BioShock game. BioShock Infinite? Really fun game. The gameplay was fun. The story was fun. The characters were well developed. The ending was masterful. But you could tell where they put their focus first. And as long as you put the focus in game development, as long as you focus on giving people fun, you're not going to go wrong. It's got to be fun first. Bethesda games were appreciated, I think, because they built a big sandbox for people to play in. I think Starfield got caught up in too much complexity and forgot to be fun first. And that'll kill you. There's always time, though. They could add DLC later that fixes a lot of the issues like Cyberpunk did and Far Harbor did. And I hope that they do. That's always my hope, is if the fun's not there, somebody realizes that the fun's not there and goes, what did we miss? And how do we bring it back? And, far be it from me to be an optimist. Optimism is not my strong point, but I think it could. I still think it can happen. I don't think it's too late until the developer says it's too late. And a game isn't dead until a developer kills it. Or, as somebody who worked in a game company, I can tell you this: developers don't often want to kill their babies, but their publishers will do it for them. Prefer creativity and quality over quantity. That's why I like so many story-driven games and games that make you think. Agreed. As long as it's fun. If a game makes me think, to me, that's the icing on the cake. If a game is fun, if the gameplay itself is fun, getting more out of it is always the icing on the cake. I have to be able to enjoy the game. Otherwise, I should just read a book or watch a movie. That's just my opinion. Feel free to argue. I put the video stays on YouTube forever. So if somebody wants to argue with me on that in the comments, I welcome that. More than welcome. Argue it all day. I would love to have that conversation with people. Feel like to a degree a great story can make up for weak gameplay. There is a limit though, for sure. You're right. You are right, because there are games with great stories that have limited gameplay and the story is enough fun to make up for it. But in a lot of those cases, I'm like, I would be perfectly happy with this being a movie. And there are times when I can openly admit there are games where I didn't enjoy playing the game. So I have watched movies on YouTube where somebody literally cut all the gameplay out of a game and just turned it into a movie, and I watched it and enjoyed that a lot. And that line's going to be different for every gamer, right? We can't all like the exact same games. You know, there are people who love, like absolutely love game series that I can't stand to play. What was that game? The one game that I really played on stream and then was like, I just can't do it. I cannot play this game anymore. Was it Tales of Symphonia? I think it was Tales of Symphonia, right? Like, this game is, a lot of people consider it a masterpiece. Like, they consider it to be one of the greatest games ever. And I just couldn't stand the gameplay. I just couldn't. But it's still a decent game, and I still enjoyed watching somebody else play it later. Although, again, I watched a story-only version of the game where they cut out all the gameplay and just put the story on YouTube. How come this game has a clinic when Pixel Remaster has Phoenix Downs for 500 gold? Yeah, the Phoenix Down was an addition that I think a lot of people were not happy about. You know, it's like adding mana or MP. In the PSP version, I believe had MP in it, and people were not happy about that at all. Oh, I need to rearrange my party. Sometimes I get off on these big rants and I stop playing the game. I apologize for that, anybody who's just here for the gameplay. As much as I hate to tell you this, you're in the wrong place if you're just here for gameplay, because my gameplay ain't that good. Heel Pure Soft Tent Cabin House. Those are the only items. Now, will one of those... I don't remember. I don't remember because I never spent money to buy houses. Will one of those bring your people back to life? Is there a way, like, will house bring your people back to life, or do you always have to go back to town? Add ethers too, I don't buy them, cheats. Squig says, Bethesda stories, I'm sorry for people who think otherwise, were never their strong side. Skyrim, Fallout were fun because you could run around in a large world doing side quests. They always had moments of coolness, but a lot of their stuff falls flat because of delivery. It's not fun to write a cool story if the player just decides to skip the quest or do it out of order and never see it because of discoverability. Elder Scrolls Online fixes a lot of those issues and it works great. Sorry for the wall of words. Don't be sorry for the wall of words. I don't know if I 100% agree because I really liked some of the stories in those games. I don't think they're primary focus. I think those are also games where they were like, let's create cool gameplay and then add a story on top of it. The stories are wonderful, but like Fallout's gameplay is a lot of fun and Skyrim's gameplay is a lot of fun first. And then they just use that gameplay to tell a great story in a big open world, which I love. I never thought I was going to love Fallout 4 the way I fell in love with Fallout 4. But I love Fallout 4. People ask me why I bought Starfield, and when I decided to buy it, I looked at what it had: base building, cool space exploration, companions, and it sounded like a neat story. Moments of awesome. There is a great term. There is a great term because a good game could really be defined as a series of moments of awesome. Monsters strike first. Monsters, you are so much faster than me and it drives me crazy. Soft couldn't be used in battle? Really? Clinics are the only revive in the game. Okay. One day you'll see me play Blossom Tales. Yes, you will. Sooner than you think. I hope it's sooner than you think.
like you will, there's a really good chance you're going to see Blossom Tales in January. Before I go back into this cave, I have got to get my people into the right order. Yeah, we probably shouldn't even go back into the cave. So I've accomplished 0 tonight, which is okay. I really didn't expect to, knowing that I was going to be on for such a short time tonight. Other than having some good conversation, thank you very much for the great conversations tonight. And again, I apologize that I did not get a chance for a second stream last week, and that I have to keep this one so short tonight. I don't know that I will get a chance for a second stream this week either. Between doing the substitute teaching thing and all of the Christmas orders I've got right now, it's just taking up so much of my time. And like I said earlier, if you weren't here or you didn't hear it earlier, I'm hoping once we reach January to be back, not only back on a regular schedule, but to be able to stream like at least 3 or 4 days a week. My wife and I are still trying to figure that out, how that's going to work. So be watching for that in the future. Also, I need to get this fixed so that I still get pop-ups over on Twitch reminding people that they're free to join the Discord, and I don't think I have that on YouTube, so I need to get that. I'll get a Discord link into the video descriptions. So if you want to hang out with us, on the regular, you can join the Discord. I'm not there super often, but I have been getting in there, and when I play games recently with my brother, trying to spend a little more time in there every day, and yeah, jump in and say hi. Like I said, there hasn't been a Discord link in the descriptions, but I will get one starting with this video, I think. Also didn't say they were bad, just not great. The best example for bad story moment is the werewolf storyline. You enter a cave expecting a story, and I absolutely saw the sky change and the werewolf never spawned. Moments like that are so common that it's sad. It's like prepping for a big speech and walking into an empty room, more awkward than bad. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, Squig. You're not wrong. Dane, I don't play Elder Scrolls games for the runaround and kill things moments. I do it for the lore and adventures I discover, especially Elder Scrolls Online. I feel like I'm missing out by not having devoted a lot of time to Elder Scrolls Online. The first time I tried to play it, I didn't like it. And now the more I hear about it, the more I think I really need to jump back into it and try it again. Got a chunk of XP and money, and that's progress. Hey, we did get a new piece of armor. Every character moved to having the silver bracelet. There's something. We've completely cleared an extra floor, so next time we can go straight to the 3rd floor. So we did accomplish just a little bit. Just nothing great. I only feel a little tiny bit bad about that. Before I quit and forget about it, let's also get our... Whoops. Why do I always push that button trying to change my party? Let's get our party fixed. You... come up here. And I guess for the two of you, it doesn't really matter who's where. And let's get ourselves a tent. We got a cabin and a house. We'll save right there. And there we go. So... like I said, I don't know that I'll get another chance to stream until next Sunday. If I do, I will definitely get on if I can. I hate being this guy who can't commit to that. But it's going to be that way for 3 more weeks. So thank you guys very much for hanging out with me this evening. Wish me luck as I go to substitute teach tomorrow on 4.5 hours of sleep. And I will see you again real soon. Until next time. Stay sharp and be excellent to each other and have a great night. Thanks again.